Welcome, everyone. Let's discuss the defining challenge for businesses: maintaining digital trust in a world transformed by generative AI. As we navigate this new landscape, our goal is to move beyond the traditional trade-off between security and friction, creating experiences that are both delightful to the consumer and impenetrable to the fraudster. Morsberg are consultants in digital trust, working throughout the product development lifecycle focused on strategy, design, and assurance from a business and product perspective. Businesses today are caught in a pincer movement. If we put this in the context of the financial service sector, on one side, we have a convenience gap, where 68% of consumers are eager for advanced digital money management features, yet 47% report they cannot access these from their current banks. On the other side is a mounting fraud crisis. Criminals stole over £1.1 billion in 2024, and confirmed fraud cases rose by 17% in the first half of 2025 alone. Furthermore, new regulations like the Data, Use and Access Act of 2025 and strict money laundering regulations mean we must verify identities more rigorously than ever. Our central question is, how do we deliver the seamless experience consumers demand while meeting these heavy regulatory and security burdens? To understand the stakes, we must look at consumer loyalty. Research shows that convenience is now the primary driver of where people bank. This isn't just a preference, it's a flight risk. Almost half of consumers would switch providers to access better open banking features. This sentiment is strongest among Gen Z and millennials, with 2/3 willing to sign up with a new bank just to get the digital features they desire. In short, if we don't provide a frictionless, mobile-first experience, our competitors will. The industry has already seen what happens when banks prioritize this convenience-first mindset. Metrobank made headlines in 2018 by using selfie technology to allow consumers to open accounts in less than 10 minutes. Similarly, Monzo built its entire brand on modern banking in your pocket, allowing consumers to bypass branch queues and paperwork to set up an account in minutes. These pioneers proved that fast, simple, and convenient onboarding is a powerful differentiator. Today, this is no longer a competitive advantage. It is the baseline expectation. However, as we've lowered the barriers for consumers, we've also inadvertently opened doors for criminals. We are witnessing the industrialization of identity fraud. Generative AI has boosted criminal productivity, leading to a staggering 704% increase in face swap attacks in late 2023. Criminals are now using emulators and digital injection attacks to bypass traditional video identification. Legacy, OCR-based document verification is becoming redundant. These tools were designed for a physical world and are often blind to the sophisticated synthesized media and digital injections that AI now enables. Regulation is evolving to meet these threats. The FATF recommendations provide the global standard, while in the UK, the money laundering regulations requires full and rapid responses to information requests regarding payers and payees. The regulation and sector guidance requires reliable and independent sources of data, not just at onboarding, throughout the consumer lifecycle. Verifying payer and payee information within payment flows. Trust isn't just something we build. It is a regulatory requirement that must be enforced through every interaction. We're seeing regulation such as eIDAS 2.0 in Europe, as well as the Data, Use and Access Act in the UK. A few weeks ago, His Majesty's Treasury issued guidance that points to certified digital verification services meeting the standard for reliable and independent sources. The solution lies in the shift toward reusable digital identity. The government is leading this with the gov.uk wallet, which will allow citizens to securely save digital versions of documents like driving licenses directly to their phones. Instead of consumers scanning a physical ID every time they open a new account, they will share a verified credential that is instant, portable, and cryptographically secure. This transforms identity from a one-off hurdle into a permanent secure asset for the consumer. To make this ecosystem work, we need a rulebook for trust. That is the UK Digital Verification Services (DVS) Trust Framework 1.0, pre-released in March 2026. Backed by the Data, Use and Access Act 2025, it provides a basis for the new UK Certified ID Trust Mark. When a service carries this mark, both organisations and consumers can be confident it meets the government's rigorous standards for security, privacy, and reliability. Trust is being standardised, ensuring we don't have to improvise our security measures. A major barrier to a seamless experience has been the fragmentation of data. By moving toward reusable identities, we can dismantle the data silos that currently cause so much consumer friction. The shift towards digital wallets with verifiable credentials allows data to be shared across service lines within a business entity and to cross traditional organisation boundaries to become reusable with trust. We're seeing organisations issuing verifiable credentials to their consumers that are then used for authentication across mobile, web, and by contact centres. Data schemas defining exactly how identity and authentication data should be formatted and exchanged are being published as industry standards to enable trust across domains. This enables interoperability, meaning a verifiable credential issued by one entity can be instantly understood and accepted by another. What does the ideal journey look like? It looks like an ecosystem where data flows under the control and consent of the consumer. This is achieved by digital wallets on the consumer's own device or in a cloud-based personal data store. It is achieved by verifiable credentials that have a defined data schema with metadata that standardizes how we convey the level of trust from the process by which it was created. It is achieved by standards, testing, and certification of providers in the ecosystem. In the private sector, this means a consumer verifies their identity once and reuses it across their entire life, from opening a mortgage to initiating a high-value payment with minimal friction and maximum trust. In this battle, AI is both the shield and the weapon. Our advanced security systems already prevent £870 million in unauthorised fraud, stopping 70 pence of every £1 targeted. However, criminals are using the same AI to create deepfakes that can fool the human eye. We cannot rely on manual checks anymore. We must fight AI with AI, using automated systems that can detect synthesized media and metadata manipulation that a person would never see. We must move towards smart security. Instead of adding heavy friction for every consumer, we use risk-based authentication and behavioral intelligence. We need a paradigm shift where identification isn't just a point-in-time activity. Rather, it's a continuous process throughout the consumer lifecycle. This shift moves us away from PINs, passwords, and one-time passcodes to a world of cryptographic proofs alongside biometric liveness verification. This creates a three-way binding where cryptographic trust, such as passkeys, are bound to the human and to their real-world identity, which leads us into the world of agentic commerce, where agents will be authorized by this high-assurance identity to operate within defined parameters on behalf of the consumer. As we conclude, remember these three pillars. Convenience drives loyalty, especially for younger generations. Governments provide the framework for a secure, reusable identity and data ecosystem. Integrated risk intelligence allows us to control risk without destroying the user experience. AI has made legacy tools obsolete. Our final message is clear. Digital trust is no longer a trade-off. In this AI-driven world, trust must be built into our seamless digital experiences by design. By embracing the move toward verified digital credentials, we can protect our consumers while delivering the instant convenient service they expect. Thank you.